Hello and welcome to today's webinar. I'm Amy Ribicki and I'm so happy that you've joined us. Today we're talking about how to get energized and to go from exhaustion to energized in 4 simple steps. So I'm really happy you're here. And while we're waiting for a few more people to arrive, I invite you to close out any social media, maybe silence your phone. And if you'd like to take some notes, maybe grab a pen and paper. So we're going to start in just a few minutes, and I'm really happy you're here. I think that this information is going to be very valuable for you. I've used it myself, and I'm going to simplify it so that you can implement it easily into your life and get the results that you really want. All right, I'm going to share my screen. Oh, and if you have any questions during the presentation, you can type them in the chat, and then at the end, I will answer them. So here we go. Okay, like I said, we're talking about how to go from exhausted to energized in 4 simple steps, even when it doesn't seem possible right now. So you may not think you can do it, but I'm going to show you how you can. So I'm Amy Ribicki. I'm a certified health and life coach and the founder of Simply Natural Coaching. And my real mission is to empower women to make themselves a priority and to help them do it without guilt or sacrifice, and to find balance in their busyness and to create calm out of their chaos so they can bring energy and peace into their life. And through my transformational coaching method, I help them create habits that become behaviors that last, or I like to say they become simply natural. So in the next 30 minutes, I'm going to show you how to make yourself a priority, to get energized, and to slow down. And I've helped hundreds of women over the last couple of years through coaching and teaching how to do this. So I'm going to simplify it and you'll be able to do it yourself. So here's some things that I'm going to show you in today's webinar. I'm going to show you how you can go from feeling like your life is out of control to feeling like it's at peace. Sounds much better, doesn't it? I'm going to show you how you can truly have energy and feel rested at the same time. So you get 2 for 1, and we can do that. I'm also going to show you how to make yourself a priority so you can do the things you love most and to make time for yourself. I'm going to show you how you can spend time with your loved ones free from distractions. So really focusing on the moment, not distracted. So my promise to you is that these steps will bring you more energy and peace into your life. 2 for 1. And there's nothing for sale today. So what I really want you to do is just sit back and really try to give this time to yourself and allow yourself to really think about how you can implement these into your life and make yourself more of a priority. I do have a gift for you at the end. So if you'd stick around, again, 30 minutes, I'd love to share with you what my offer is. So this class is for you if right now, at this very moment, you feel exhausted all the time. So if energy is something that you're lacking and you feel like you don't know why, but you notice how you are exhausted all the time, then you're in the right place. This class is also for you if you feel drained, spread thin, like you're in too many pieces, not feeling whole throughout your day, worn out. This class is for you if you wear too many hats, too many responsibilities, you have to be too many different people throughout your day. And this class is for you if you never have time for yourself. So if you find yourself saying, I never have time for myself, then you're in the right place. This class is also for you if you want to discover how to create calm out of your chaos. Okay, so this class is for if you want to do the following things. If you want to feel rested and refreshed when you wake up in the morning, you're in the right place. And if you want to feel energized throughout your entire day, so no highs and lows, good steady energy throughout the entire day. This class is also for you if you want to have time for yourself to do what you love. How do we do that? We're going to talk about that. And if you want to feel present with the ones you love, then you're in the right place. I'm going to show you some steps to help you do that. If you want to have it all without sacrificing what you desire, I believe you can. All right, so think about these following questions if you find yourself doing these things. You're always rushing everywhere and have trouble slowing down. Think about your day already up to this point. Have you been rushing around? Have you already done a whole lot of things in a short amount of time? Do you find you're always sacrificing what you really want, doing something for someone else? So again, think about what you've done already today or this week, and how has your time been spent? This class is for you if you feel drained and you have trouble falling asleep or staying asleep. So again, we're talking about energy and how the different ways it makes you feel. Drained, not sleeping well. And this class is for you if you feel stressed, kind of like you're trying to keep your head just above the water. So you feel if you were just to slow down, you might sink because the stress is just weighing on you. You feel worn out and you're overwhelmed. Could be just with feelings, could be with your schedule, but worn out. And you're distracted, never present in anything you're doing. And so you multitask to get anything done throughout your day. So I believe that the real problem is you're missing the right steps. And so once you take these steps, you're going to know how to do the following. You're going to have more energy and less stress. You're going to be able to slow down and be present in every moment. You'll be able to honor yourself and your commitments. And you're going to be able to tune into your passions and nourish yourself. So this class is not for you if you'd rather continue making excuses and living in chaos instead of finding relief. I believe you need to have a desire for change and a willingness to try something new and the motivation to follow through. So how badly do you want it to be different? Do you want to be experiencing something different than you are? How badly is that? How bad do you want it? So these 4 steps will bring you more energy, more peace, and the freedom to choose to live with calm every day. And so I'm going to walk you through them and show you exactly how you can take those steps today. I'm going to simplify it for you. So I do know how you feel. I have been in your shoes only a couple years ago, actually. So before I became a coach and I started doing private and group coaching, I was actually a teacher, and I taught health and wellness for 30 years. So when I first started out, I taught adults in both group fitness and personal training. And then I switched to students in K through 12 physical and health education. And I was always super busy. I was stressed. I never had time for myself. And I felt probably very much like you do. Very much like everything we've just talked about. Worn out, drained, not sleeping well, never had time for myself. So I had trouble relaxing, and I often multitasked. I often stayed up late because I never felt like I had enough time to do what I needed to do or wanted to do. And so I sacrificed a lot. And at the point where I was really it was affecting my health and affecting the quality of my life, I finally decided I wanted to choose a different path. And now I've been teaching for 30 years, and I really wanted to go back to teaching adults, but I wanted to do it in a different way. Before, I had always felt like the adults had had habits that they had created over years, and I didn't have the skills yet to help them create new ones and help them last. And so I really came to the conclusion that habits are the root of all of our behaviors, and I wanted to learn how to create habit change. So what do we do now when we want to know something? We Google it. And I Googled habit change. And I found an online certification program that I could do while I was finishing teaching. And I learned how to create habit change. But I set out to help other people change their lives, and I transformed my own. I didn't know what I was getting myself into. Because during the program, I was coached each week, as well as I practice as the coach. And it was during these coaching sessions that I uncovered multiple lifestyle habits that I created over a lifetime that I hadn't realized. I hadn't recognized how they were contributing to my life and how I was feeling. And so over the course of the 6 months training, I learned how to do new things, to think differently, and even began to change the way that I believed about myself. And so it was transformational. And so now I've used these 4 steps that I'm going to teach you now to help change my life. And here's what it's done for me. I've learned how to make myself the priority and bring balance into my busyness. So I still can accomplish a lot, and I can still do the things I love, but there's a better balance. And I've learned how to create calm out of chaos. And this is one of my most favorites. I'm going to share this with you, how you can do this yourself in your life. So now, here's what my life looks like now. I make my own schedule, and I make time for self-care every day. And this is a priority for me because it really does make a difference in my life. And I have energy all day long, and I live with healthy balance and boundaries. And I live in the present. I'm free from distractions, and I'm enjoying what I'm doing and who I'm doing it with. And this is my husband, David, and our 2 boys, Hershey and Wrigley. And I can enjoy spending time with them, free from distractions and really focusing on our time together. So here we go. We're going to dive right into the 4 steps. Here we go. Step number 1 is clearing clutter. And this means clearing clutter from your environment and your schedule. So most of us have a very full life, and our schedule is overflowing with commitments. Sound familiar? So when we have too much clutter, we leave no room for ourselves. And we often are distracted, stressed, and resort to multitasking to get things done. That may sound familiar. So how do we get started in clearing clutter? All right, let's break this down. But the first thing we do is we take a look at our environment. And hopefully something comes right into your mind of an area that you live in that has clutter. Sometimes it's the kitchen, where there's expired items or items that are tempting you to snack on that you don't really want in there. Sometimes it's just clutter that needs to be organized in an area of your house. For me, I would say my office is a main focus. Then second is the kitchen. But I know that I focus so much better and things are so much better for my day if I have my space clear. So think about a space in your home that you could focus on this week, just one area, and start to clear some clutter. You don't have to spend 8 hours a day, but just start making little small steps each day to either organize it, throw it out, donate it, or just get rid of it. So you could give it away to somebody else. The second area is to look at our schedule. So again, like I said, most of us have overflowing commitments on our schedule. So think about your schedule this week, and is there something there that you could either reschedule, cancel, or delegate to someone else? So you have the option to remove it from your schedule. Okay, so your environment and your schedule are the 2 areas to clear some clutter. So why is clearing clutter so important? Well, the first thing is we have to get rid of old furniture to make room for new. It's an expression we often use. So if we have clutter in our schedule or an environment, it's taking up space and it's preventing us from putting new things there. Because then we would just be overscheduled if we kept adding new things. So we're clearing some space in our environment and our schedule. And it frees up space and time for us to do things we love. So make space for us to do something we really want to do. Okay, what can you expect when you clear clutter? What's going to happen? Here's some things I think you'll notice. I think you'll notice that we reduce our stress, our worry, and our anxiety, and that we allow ourselves to gain more clarity. And when we free up our mind, we are able to see what's been getting in our way. So oftentimes it's hard to see it when there's clutter there. Then we can begin to implement new things into our life because now there's room for them. Again, putting in the new furniture because we've made room for it. This is one of my clients and friend Donna, and she says, every decision, big or small, will take you either closer to your goal or further away. So think about that when you're clearing clutter this week. All right, number 2, get moving. So get moving means to find a way to move that's easy, safe, and enjoyable, and you can do it every day. Most of us sit around too much. We're not moving often enough. This probably looks familiar. We're looking at devices, watching TV, and we're just not moving. We drive most everywhere, and so we're not moving very much. And when we don't move, it contributes to poor health in our body, mind, and spirit. So the whole body and mind and spirit are affected when we don't move often enough. All right, so how do we get started? Let's simplify this as well. First, choose an activity that you're familiar with, one that can be easily implemented into your life without too much difficulty. So I think walking's the easiest one I think of. You don't need any special equipment. You don't need a membership. Most of us can just walk out our door and go for a walk. It's something that we already know how to do. And so it's going to be more easy for us to follow through on this. The second part of that is to choose a time that's best for us. Remember this, we always do what's most pleasurable. So if we're not a morning person, saying we're going to get up and go move first thing in the morning, the chance of us following through is much lower. So we want to pick a time that's going to be easier for us to say, I'm going to go move right now. Okay, why is movement so important? Well, you may know some of these things, but here's a few you may not have realized. First, it gets our blood flowing, so better circulation. It raises your heart rate, can strengthen your heart. It strengthens your bones and muscles, and it keeps us fit and prevents disease. Lots of great things. It's also a great way to connect our body, mind, and spirit. And I love doing things outside for that reason, because I think we can connect with the fresh air, the sunshine. If you're out in a park where you can get out where there's some nature around you, it really is very refreshing. All right, what happens when we get moving? Well, here's some things we notice. We feel better, both physically and mentally, and we have a sense of well-being, just feeling like we're well. We can improve our mood, reduce anxiety, stress, and depression. Again, the mind component is amazing when we get moving, what it does for us. And we are more motivated to follow through in other areas of our life. So notice this one, when you get moving, have a positive attitude and you want to follow through in other things because you just feel better. It's going to be easier. I know my morning movement gives me more energy and allows me to focus without feeling restless. All right, here we go. Step 3, honoring your yes and no. So making ourselves a priority. Most people say yes to everyone else and no to themselves. And this can lead to feeling like our life is out of control. It can affect our self-worth, our self-esteem. Just don't feel like we're as important as others. So how do we get started on honoring our yes and no? Okay, let's simplify this as well. First, choose something to do for ourselves this week and decide when we'll do it. Then, put it on our calendar. And now it's become a commitment to ourselves. So you're really scheduling yourself into your week because then you've made yourself a priority. You're on the calendar. So what are you going to do for yourself this week? When are you going to do it? And put it on your calendar. Then decide what you'll say no to this week. So kind of like clearing the clutter, what can you say no to this week? What is something that maybe you said yes to, somebody else assigned you to, or you just felt like you had to do it, that you could say no to? Maybe you delegate it to someone else, or you just cancel it. You could reschedule it. Think about something you could say no to this week. And maybe you can ask for some help. Why is it so important for us to honor our yes and no? Well, it helps us set healthy boundaries. So it's putting it in place for us. Boundaries to say yes to ourselves and no to other things. And it gives us freedom to live in alignment with ourselves. So it's really a sign of respect for ourselves. Making ourselves just as, if not more important than others in our lives. And when we say yes to ourselves, we can say no to people and things that are not contributing to our well-being. So things that don't bring us joy, peace, help us reach our goals, or just contribute to our life and our well-being. What can you expect? What's going to happen when you say yes to yourself and no to other things? Well, first, when we make ourselves a priority, it becomes easier to say no. And I really found this myself. So the more you do this, the more you'll know right away that something that someone's asking you to do is just not going to serve you very well. And you can say no much easier. The second thing is we reduce stress, anxiety, and we bring more joy and peace into our lives. All right, moving on to number 4, the final step. Just breathe means to be conscious of our breath throughout the day and aware of the effect it has on our energy, our stress, and our mood. So you might be saying, I breathe all the time. I thought so too. So most people often hold their breath during the day and they don't even realize it. I was very unaware of how much I was holding my breath throughout the day at certain times. So not breathing fully, it slows down our metabolism, holds in stress, it can fog our thinking, and it basically contributes to poor health. How do we get started breathing more fully? Well, I'd like you to implement the 5-5-7 breathing technique into your day. This is how I did it. So the 5-5-7 breathing technique you can do anywhere, anytime. It only takes 2 minutes to completely relax with this technique. And so we're going to just try it, not for 2 minutes, but you can try it later yourself with 2 minutes. And how you do it is you're going to breathe in a count of 5. You're going to hold for a count of 5. And then you're going to exhale on a count of 7. Now, if you're doing it for 2 minutes, you would just do 10 sets. And that would fully relax you. So let's give it a try. If you're able to, put your feet flat on the floor. And you can rest your hands on either on your lap or on your legs. You can turn the palms up or down. If you're able to, close your eyes. And I'm going to count for you, so all you need to do is focus on breathing. Here we go. Go ahead and breathe in, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hold, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, you can go back to breathing normally and just kind of tune into how that made you feel just with 2 sets of that, of focusing on your breath and kind of clearing out the space in your mind. So why is it so important to breathe fully? Well, it can relieve stress and it can improve our circulation. 2 very important things for our health. When we become more mindful of our body through breathing, it can increase our energy. So breathing more fully will help us become more mindful of our body. So what's going to happen when you breathe more fully? Here's some things you're going to experience. I think you'll notice that we can create calm out of our chaos. And I would do this when I was teaching in the middle of the class. I kept my eyes open, but I actually did the breathing technique to help myself calm down. And then I was able to respond to the situation in the way that I really wanted to. So you can do this anywhere at any time. And when you breathe more fully, we metabolize our food better. And if you would try this in between your bites, so take a bite of food, chew it completely, take a full breath in and exhale it out, you're going to metabolize your food better, bringing more oxygen into your system. And we can reduce stress anytime and anywhere. Like I shared with you, you can use this anywhere if you're in traffic, if you have to be waiting somewhere and it's stressing you out. Tune into your breath and do this 5-5-7 breathing technique, and I think it will help you. All right, so those are the 4 steps to go from exhausted to energized. We cleared clutter, we get moving, honor our yes and no, and just breathe. So what's next? What if you're concerned about following through on your own and implementing these steps or other things you're trying to do in your life and you'd like some help? Here's how we can make that happen. I told you at the beginning that I had a gift for you, and your gift is a free Fresh Start coaching session with me. So this session, why are we offering this? We want to help you get the results you want right now. So I know how you feel, and I know what it's like to get started on your own, and I know the help that I receive through coaching. So during this session, I will be able to help you if you're interested. This session is for you if you have trouble following through on your own. It's also for you if you want a fresh start and you're ready to take control of your life. And this session is for you if you're ready to invest in yourself to get the results you want. So you're ready to spend some time and energy on you, are willing to try new things and be stretched beyond your current experience. Again, you may not realize some things that you could do. And this session is for you if you're done making excuses. So during this free session, it's about a 60-minute call. We're going to talk about your life and the challenges that you face. So it's a conversation between the 2 of us about you. And we'll create a vision for what you truly desire for your health and your life. So tuning into you, what do you really desire? And we're going to uncover what's keeping you stuck where you are right now. Remember I said I couldn't see what I was doing. So we're going to try to uncover what's keeping you stuck and preventing you from having the health and the life that you want right now. And then we're going to set the conditions in your life for you to have success. So how do we make sure that you can follow through? And we're going to get crystal clear on the steps that you can take to get what you really want. So what steps from here to there are going to lead you to the result you really want? Again, you've probably tried many things. And if you haven't gotten the results you want, what do we need to do? And we're going to clarify those steps. Okay, so space is limited. So I'd love to have you apply now and give yourself a fresh start. I'll be sending you this link. So if you're not able to write it down right now, I'll send this to you and give you an opportunity to go to my scheduler, and then you can pick a time that works for you, and then I'll be calling you on the phone. So all you really need to do is just be ready to have a conversation and focus on yourself. I think you can do that. So I really appreciate you joining me, and I'm really happy that you were here and you showed up for yourself. And I'm looking forward to talking to you. Do I have any questions from anyone? Anybody have a question that I can answer while we're on the call? Maybe you could tell me if you learned something that you could put in place today. Maybe just type a 1 in the chat. For those of you that are still here, give me a 1 if you learned something that you can put in place today, something that was helpful for you. All right, well, I hope you did. And again, if you're interested in that free session, I really invite you to register right away so that I can actually help you implement these right away. You showed up today and you made time for yourself. So give yourself that fresh start that you deserve. Thank you all for joining me. I'm going to sign off for now. Again, if you're not in my Facebook group, make sure you connect there so that we can continue more conversations. And I look forward to being more connected with you. Have a great day.